Welcome back to the third and final installment on this series on Bloom, the fractal sequencer. We're going to use all of the skills that we've learned in the past two videos. We're going to put them to the test here with a couple of simple patch from scratch videos. All right, so this first patch is going to involve chord, and I'm going to use chord for two different voices. So first, we're just going to come out the CV of channel 1, and I'm going to go into the volt per octave, and that is going to control the root. Okay. Out of channel 2, I'm going to go into lead, and that's going to control the 7th. Okay, so no VCAs, no envelopes, a droning voice, no gates, just CV control over pitch. So let's get the clock going here. All right, and that looks like a decent speed. I set up two really simple sequences here, just with 4 notes, and this is what the first one sounds like. So this is the blue channel, which is talking to the root of chord. So you can see there's just 4 notes here. And if I hold down shift and I'll go to divide, multiply, you can see it's running on that speed right there. This is the 1-to-1 speed right here. So I'm just going 1 slower. And what's going on the green channel, which is out 2, going into the 7th. This one's a little slower. And you can see the divide multiply here. We're on that one, which is 1 slower than the blue channel that I think was here. So if I turn them both up, it's kind of nice. But I don't think it's super awesome, super exciting. Now we haven't opened up path, branches, or mutation yet. So let's start jamming on this patch. And let's look at how performative of a sequencer that Bloom can be. I'm just playing with root here. And this is just with 4 notes. All right, let's give this a little bit of delay here coming from FX8. A bit of delay, reverb. See, there's such a nice counterpoint when one of the channels is just a little slower. All right, so let's return this to the root which I programmed it out. And let's just start introducing some branches. And path. Some mutation into channel 2. Let's do the same on channel 1. Let's give some smooth CV to root here. Can add a little bit of slew to channel 1. In this patch, I'm going to use bloom and surface and chord as the voices. And I'm going to take bloom to the next level, like we did back on video 2, with the shift menu. So I'm going to try to use as many of these items as I can to get a simple patch going here. All right, let's go. I am going to use the internal clock. So the rate knob is our clock. All right, and let's patch up chord first. Today I'm going to use chord through VCA envelope. So I'm going to come out root. I'm going to go into VCA in there. Then I'm going to come out of Cascade, VCA out. I'm going to go into our mixer here. And then channel 1 of bloom, gate 1. I'm going to trigger our VCA. And out of out 1, go into the volt per octave of chord. So as you can see here, I have 8 notes in this pattern. All right, so first off, let's tweak length. So shift and length. Let's just work with 6 notes. Okay. Let me slow this down just a little bit first. That's a simple little melody there. Yeah, maybe that'll end up being our bass sound. So next let's set up surface. So gate 2 into trig. And surface is a stereo voice, so let's patch left and right into the mixer here. So then we'll take the out 2 to the volt per octave of surface. We'll go to channel 2. And let's keep this one on 8. Or actually, no, you know what? Let's do length. Let's go length to 4. Let's hear that with chord. All right. So let's light this up a little bit and help this poor struggling little patch here. This will be a good example of Coming from something pretty mundane like this to something nice. So first off, let's get the surface going about twice as fast. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to change surface to 8. So length and shift. All right. All right. So first off, let's get this thing moving. So channel 2. Let's go to divide multiply, so shift and div mult, and go a little faster, yeah. That's a great polyrhythm right there. And let's punch some holes in it also. All right. And let's also do a bit of ratcheting. So we'll do the per step ratchet. So maybe let's add a couple on this guy here. So I'll go this plus ratchet. And I'll turn him up to maybe 3. So now there's 3 there. That's nice. Now let's turn down this guy, the chord voice, just a little slower. So shift, divide, multiply. Let's go 1 lower. And let's do some per step slew on this too. Let's do one on this guy here. Shift, slew. Let's see how that sounds. I'm going to give him even more. Let's do it up here too. Shift, slew. And then let's add some to this guy too. All right, and then let's also change our play order. Let's punch a couple holes too. This guy's out, and let's take this guy out. We'll go shift and order, and that's forward, backward, pendulum. Let's do random on him. And then let's go to the green channel. We'll do the same on that. Shift and order. Random. Alright. I think I changed my mind on that blue channel for divide mult. Let's move him a little faster. So let's open this thing up and let's start it blooming. So I'm going to hold down channel for 3 seconds and it's going to go white. So now I'm editing for both channels now. So let's open up branches. Hearing those slews in there, that sounds great. And then finally, let's add a little bit of mutation. Just to the second knob there, maybe the third. There we go. I'm going to just turn this reverb up a little bit. And suddenly the world was okay. The world is going to be a little bit better if it's data bent. You probably knew that was coming. All right, so let's plug these out. Let's go into Data Bender. Oh, I already like it. Now let's clock Data Bender with the clock that's coming from Bloom. And it is set on external clock already with the white. Let's turn up time a little bit here. Welcome back to the third and final patch with our friend Bloom. You know, Bloom, I'm going to miss you. It's been awesome. All right, let's start right away with clock. Okay, so I'll come out of clock. I'll go into this mult here. And we are using the internal clock with Bloom. So I'll turn up rate. And we'll just start like maybe that fast. All right, so now let's run clock to everything that gets clock. I'm going to take the first out from the mult, and I'm going to go into chance, because we're going to use chance for some nice modulation. I'm also going to run a clock to pulsar. You could see a Euclidean pattern happening there on pulsar. All right, so today I'm going to use two voices. I'm going to work with surface and scanned. So let's start by setting up surface. Okay, so we'll come out of channel 1 with Bloom. Let's use gate 1. And we'll go into the trigger of surface. Surface is a stereo voice, so let's set up the left first, in our mixer, and the right. All right, so let's turn that up. All right, let's set up the volt per octave for surface. So we'll come out of out 1 in Bloom into the volt per octave. This is just a simple sequence that I built earlier, playing on random. And in channel 2, let's set up scanned. So out of gate 2 into the excite input of scanned. Now scanned is a mono voice, so we'll come out the out into the in of our mixer here. And let it be said, I do love scanned. All right, now let's set up the volt per octave for scanned. Out channel 2 of Bloom into the volt per octave. I set up channel 2 with scanned going a little slower, shift, and div mult. I set it way down there. Remember, if it's in the center, then it's just straight clock. So he's running down here. And I feel like channel 1, the one that's running surface, could even run faster. So let's go shift, div mult. See, he's in the center, so let's move him up 1. Yeah, that's nice. Turn down scanned here just a little bit. This is the strike of surface. That might be a nice one to send some CV to. So let's come from chance. Let's use the smooth from chance. into the strike CV and animate that a little bit. Let me bring scanned back. Let's also bring CV into tone here. And let me turn scan down once again. Let's do discrete out of chance into the tone CV right here. While we're playing with CV, let's play with strength on scan because it's a beautiful control. I think the wavetable from Chance is good. All right, let's bring surface back. All right, let's open up Bloom a little bit and get both of these channels moving. And I think that I'm gonna do them both at the same time. So I'm gonna hold down channel and we're gonna go into the global edit. Hold it down for 3 seconds and it turns white. So now we're gonna edit both channels. So let's open up branches. Let's open up path. And finally mutation. I can't resist to not use another voice. So let's bring in chord, and let's just use chord's root. And I'm going to run it through Data Bender, so I'll just go left, just run Data Bender mono. Then out of Data Bender left into the mixer here, and I'm just going to drone chord through Data Bender. I do want to modulate Data Bender a little bit though. Let's come out of the rhythm output into the bend CV. It always sounds great with a little bit of motion. And I do think that I want to clock Data Bender also. So I'm going to come from the mult into the clock here. I'll make sure that I turn the external clock on. And now you can see that bend is being hit rhythmically from our clock here on Bloom. Let's use Cascade as a voice. We haven't done that in these patches yet. So let's just come out of Pulsar 1 into the trigger of Cascade, and I'm using Cascade as a kick drum right now. Holding down the Shift button and pressing the modes. We'll get into that on a Cascade video. And then out the VCA of Cascade into our mixer. Let's modulate decay so we can really hear that thing ring. Let's just use blend into the decay. Nice. Let's turn that guy down a little bit. And there you have it. If you've made it this far, I think we can say congratulations for graduating from Qubit University Bloom 101. Nice job. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you feel confident to use Bloom in all your patches. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, now is the time. Hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell so you're aware of when we upload to this channel next time. Thanks for watching.